responsibly.
Alright guys, what's going down? This is the Phenomenal One, DJ Baby Boy, and as you guys can hear, can't really see, but if you guys can hear, I am pretty much doing a very short show by myself tonight. First and foremost, the beginning, well, not the beginning, but obviously this title of the show is a message to all of my followers, fans, listeners, whatever you want to call it. As many of you guys know, I take some serious pride. I mean, I take serious pride and doing every show to the best of my abilities. And my shows here on the DJ Baby Boy Network, I try the best I can to make sure that that I provide some very fresh material, and I'm trying to provide an atmosphere that people can enjoy and people can relate to. You see, this show, Real Talk, is not just a bunch of people coming on a show just talking shit. This show is, I guess, from what the political term, this show is an open forum show, which means that it is a show that allows everyone that's listening to be involved, to feel like they are part of something, and to make them feel included in something as well. And that's why I created this show. The show Real Talk was created to allow the listeners to be a part of the show instead of just coming in and listening and being in the chat room. See, that's why every week when people listen to my show, that's why every week I always put my Skype phone line up, because I love to have people come in. I love to have people come in and give me their 2 cents about topics that we touch on each show. And like I said, that's why Real Talk was mainly created. It wasn't created to belittle other channels or to make other channels seem that they're not doing their job. You see, the thing is that there's a lot of channels here on Spreaker.com. There's a lot of channels on Spreaker.com. There's a lot of podcasters on Spreaker.com. And some of these podcasters or broadcasters or whatever you want to call it, some of them got big names under them. Some of them have reached out to many countries. And unfortunately, the DJ Baby Boy Network somewhat kind of doesn't necessarily have that luxury. We don't have that opportunity to reach out to the millions. I mean, technically we do, but I mean, we necessarily kind of don't, And I think that's why sometimes I feel that I'm failing as a podcaster, as a broadcaster, as a radio host, or whatever the case may be. As many of you guys thought today, a lot of you guys may have thought that you guys were going to get a show tonight. Tonight was supposed to be a show tonight with me, Dark Angel, Kevin C, and our special guest, Haggy Rants from YouTube. Last week here on Real Talk, we've not last week, but 2 weeks ago, we ended up having another YouTuber come on Real Talk by the name of Thrash Metal Guru. And not only did he have a great time, but we had talked a million times over the phone behind the scenes, and he had personally told me that he wanted to return as a frequent guest, and he wanted to come back onto the show and continue to continue to make his voice heard. And I told him many of times that he is obviously welcome to be a part of this show and be a part of the DJ Baby Boy Network. But tonight was supposed to be another one of those situations. Matter of fact, I actually take that back, and I do take that back, because I'm literally, like, my mind is in a million places. I actually meant to say last week because I don't know why I'm getting confused with Game Radio. Game Radio's on Thursdays. But, right. But last Sunday, Thrash Metal Guru came on the show, had an amazing time. He really enjoyed himself. And like I said, he wanted to come back, frequent guest, cool. Now, tonight was going to be another night. It was going to be a regular night, me, Kevin C., Dark Angel, and everybody was supposed to come in and give us his and just have some fun, really. Unfortunately, this is what happened. Last week, I'm going to give you guys the actual story, because one thing about me, and that what some broadcasters and podcasters don't do, is that they don't like to tell their listeners, their followers, and everybody that's listening the truth on what's happening and what's going on and why each show is why shows are canceled or whatever. You know, a lot of podcasters or broadcasters or whatever, they like to make up, I don't want to say excuses, but they want to tell the listeners what they want to hear, as opposed to not necessarily telling them the 100% truth. But I think what makes me different than any other podcaster is I'm willing to tell the truth, and I'm willing to really, let's say, put my heart on my sleeve, pour my guts on the table, and give you guys the story of what exactly happened and why everything is everything. And maybe we can do something. Maybe I could do another Game Radio night for you guys. Maybe I could do that tonight. Maybe we could do a Game Radio night, like an extra Game Radio night. You know, so instead of just me telling you guys that Real Talk is canceled and saying, okay, guys, gotta go bye, maybe I could give you guys a little mini episode of Game Radio, and since I'm going to be doing the Game Radio on the fly, I'm not going to take any requests. It's just going to be all my choices, all my songs, and all I want you guys to do is just continue to listen to the show, listen to some great music, and all of that good stuff and whatnot. So obviously there you go. All right. Okay. Now, here it goes. Last week, on the way to damn, I can't even talk today. On the way to do Real Talk, I had the opportunity to speak with Haggy Rants on Instagram. So I got a chance to do that, and he actually seemed very, very, very confident. He seemed very very excited to wanting to do the interview and all of that good stuff. So obviously I allowed him to tell me what he wanted to do. So he told me that he wanted to do the interview or whatever. Now, originally, I was going to give you guys, my listeners, I was going to give you guys a 2-for-1 type special. Because since last week, I was already having Thrash Metal Guru on the show, I figured that maybe, just maybe, I can give you guys something a little bit extra. And so what I decided to do was that I actually decided to try something different here and try to get Haggy Rants on the show. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't necessarily do that, only because of the fact that